Hi, I'm Kelli Miller, licensed and national board certified acupuncturist. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be leading you through a self-acupressure routine for boosting your immune system. It works best if you can practice the routine on a daily basis or at least 3 days a week to have the best effects. Before we get started, you'll want to make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing and you'll want your shoes off. And it does work best to have socks on for some of the points we'll be doing down in the feet and ankle areas. So how we'll be doing this is that I will be actually putting a little sticker on myself to show you where the points are. And then I'll be stimulating the points and actually doing the whole routine along with you so that you can actually just follow me, and I'll be doing it for the recommended length of time and everything. So I will start by putting the first points on, and then I will explain to you how to find them. So I'm just going to get the sticker on myself first, and then I'll walk you through how to find these. I'm going to use 2 different colors just because if you have trouble seeing one of the colors, then you'll see the other one. All right. It's a little difficult putting the sticker on this point, so forgive me if they don't look right, I think. Okay, so what you want to do is feel your collarbone up here, find that bone, okay, and then I want you to move your fingers in toward the center, and you're going to come to this notch right here. So the notch is where they end, okay? And so then just slide your finger down roughly about 1 inch. The sticker I need to move out a little bit. So you're not too far from the midline. And you're actually pushing in a hollow, so make sure you're not actually pushing on a bone. You should not actually be on a bone here. This is in a hollow. Okay, so continue to hold firm, steady pressure on this point, and we are going to hold this for 1 minute. And it works best, just kind of close your eyes, take some nice deep breaths. So I'll be closing my eyes too. Take some nice deep breaths. If you know about abdominal breathing, this is a good time to practice it. That's where essentially your abdomen is moving out or inflating as you take a breath, as you inhale. And then as you exhale, your abdomen is deflating or going in like a balloon would deflate. If you're not accustomed to abdominal breathing, then just breathe normally, but just try to focus on your breath and just taking nice deep breaths, each breath a little deeper than the one before. We're almost up to the minute. 1 more breath. Okay, very good. I'll take these points off, and then we'll move on to the next point. So I will not mark these. These are actually in the low back, so I'll be turning around here in a moment. So what you'll want to do is to make fists like this to rub these points. Okay, and to find them, so you're actually, find where your rib cage ends, and you're going to be rubbing right below your rib cage. And so make the fist, and then just rub as briskly as you can. And you see that I'm kind of moving in and out a little bit. This way we're stimulating 2 different kidney points actually. So just rub as briskly as you can here. Keep taking some nice deep breaths. By the time we're done with this, you might notice you're feeling warmer. This is a very good exercise to do to boost your energy level. If you're ever feeling kind of sluggish or tired, this is a really good, these are good points to stimulate. Your arms may get tired if you can only do this a half minute at first. It may take you a little while to build up, but just do this as long as you can without fatiguing your arms too much. We're closing in on a minute here. Take another nice deep breath and let it out. Okay. You can relax your arms. Very good. So now the next point here, what you'll want to do is to find where your belly button is, okay? And then measure with these two fingers below it, okay? So find your belly button, and then you put these two fingers below it, and the point is literally right there, right in the center of your midline, okay? So you just push. You can push in an inch or even up to 2 inches here. And so just firm, steady pressure. And then I will watch the clock for 1 minute. And again, it's good to just close your eyes. Just keep breathing, nice deep breaths. In and out. Just let go of any tension, any worries, any anxiety. A couple more deep breaths. One more nice deep breath in and out. And then we're all set, so you can relax here. Okay? And now we're going to be stimulating a point down on our leg. And I will lift up my pants here a second, and I will show you exactly where this is to make it easier. This is a little more difficult one. An easy way to locate this point on yourself is to find your shin bone, okay, and then move towards your little toe, the outer side of it, and just follow the shin bone up. And you notice you're going in a straight line until all of a sudden, see how my finger went off? I'll do this one more time. So I'm following this along, and then all of a sudden my finger just goes off, and this is actually where the point is, right here. So if you find your knee, it's just right below the knee essentially. So this is where the point is. And how we're going to stimulate it, what works the best, if you can find the actual point, if you want, you can press on it, but I'm going to show you a different way that is easier if you can't find the exact point. So what you want to do is to, with the opposite foot, just, you're going right next to that shin bone, right below your knee, and rubbing with your heel. And this is an excellent way to stimulate this point. So we're going to do this for 1 minute. So you're rubbing. So this is right below your knee and next to the shin bone on the outer side of your leg. You probably feel the area get warm. So we're running to stimulate the flow of the blood and the energy and the chi to the area. This happens to be a good point for the stomach, so any issues you have with digestion, whether that be with the stomach or with the intestines, this is actually a good point for those kinds of things also. Take another deep breath in and out, let it go. Okay, very good. Now we're going to go to the other leg, and we're going to find the point. So same thing over here. You follow your shin up and over, but all you really need to do if you're just rubbing with your foot, like I say, just literally rub the area right next to your shin on the outer side of your leg, right below your knee. So if you found it, let's get started now. And we're going to rub this side for 1 minute also. You might notice that it's a little bit tender or a little bit sore as you're rubbing. So, and that's fine. It just means that it's a good point for you, and that's also a clue that you're in the right place. However, that doesn't mean that all of these points will be tender when you do the acupressure either, though. Keep taking some nice deep breaths. If you can see my hands, I hold my leg with my hands kind of so the leg doesn't fatigue so much. Okay, another deep breath in and out, and we've finished that point. Now we're going to be moving down to our ankles. Okay, so I will locate this point on me and put a little sticker here. So, okay. All right, so this is my ankle bone and the Achilles tendon. So I've got the sticker is actually, it's right between your ankle bone there on the inner part of your foot where your big toe is. It's right between your ankle bone and your Achilles tendon right in the back of your heel there. So this point is on the flesh right in between those points. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. And then the easiest way to do this is rubbing again with the opposite heel. Now if you wanted to just push on that point, you can do that. So you can apply pressure just like I am now, but for the sake of most people, I'll be rubbing it with my heel because this is generally easier for people. But you can stimulate this however you like, either way. So I'm going to do this with I'm going to be rubbing with my heel in that area. Okay, you can start. And we'll do this for 30 seconds. Continue taking some nice deep breaths. Just relaxing. You'll find that doing self-acupressure also is a way to meditate, because if you just focus on what you're doing on each point you're stimulating, that ends up being a nice meditation to get your mind off of other things. Okay, we've done that side. Now we'll go to the other foot. Okay, so again, you're just locating on the inner side of your foot, you're locating your ankle bone and your Achilles tendon, and this point is right there in between. Very, very easy. So you can either just hold pressure with your finger, or I will rub it with my heel. Okay, and let's start now for 30 seconds. I like the effect of rubbing some of these points with your heel or whatever, because you end up stimulating more than one point that way. That's why it's kind of nice. Because I can feel by doing this, I'm actually stimulating a couple of other kidney points. This is a kidney point. So it's kind of a nice effect that way. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to do a point on our foot. Okay, so I will get a sticker and I will label that. Okay, so I know I have socks on, but this point is easy to find. How you locate it, so this point is between your big toe and the second toe. And what you want to do is you find the little web where the toes meet there, and then you just move down about an inch, just straight down about an inch from that web. And that is where the point is located. And you can either press the point, do pressure that way, or you can stimulate it the way I'm going to show you. And this point will be tender on many of you, so it should be easy to find. Look for a tender spot. But the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to again be rubbing. Literally, you're just so I'm just rubbing in between those toes. I'm rubbing in about a 2-inch area here. So we'll do this for 30 seconds. Okay, and then switch to the other foot. So just rub about an inch down here from the margin of that web between the first and second toes. And we'll do this for 30 seconds again. Okay, nice deep breaths. Okay, very good. Now we're going to be coming up to our arms, so we're going to be stimulating some points by the elbows here. So let me grab a sticker. Okay, so I'm going to lift my sweater up here to show you this. Okay, so when you bend your arm like I'm doing, and then you've got your wrist crease, so the point is right at the end of that wrist crease. So you're not pushing on the elbow bone, essentially you're pushing basically next to that, at the end of that wrist crease. So that is right where the point is. Okay. So then I'll take the sticker off, and then you can either just push there with your finger, or another way to do this is I can't do this, I'm going to have to put my sweater down. The other way to do it is to literally just rub. So you can either just push right where the point is, or you can rub like this across your elbow crease. And we'll do this for 30 seconds. And you don't need to keep your arm bent like that. You could relax your arm a little bit like this. Just rub briskly. If you're rubbing the point, rub as briskly as you can. Otherwise, if you feel like you found the point location, okay, you can literally just hold the pressure, steady pressure at that point also. All right, just a few more seconds here. Okay, and then we're going to stay on this arm a second, and what I want you to do is just bend your arm like this, and again, and you see your elbow crease, and then I just want you to kind of go 1, 2, 3, like down. You're moving down and kind of about an inch here. See if you can find a spot that's pretty sore. It should be a spot that's quite tender here. And it's best if your arm is in this position, because this is right on top of your arm here. It makes it really easy to find. So push in a few different spots within an inch or two from your elbow crease. And I found my spot. So when you find that real tender spot, just hold that. We'll hold this for half a minute. And keep breathing. Nice deep breaths. Okay, just a little bit longer. Okay, very good. Now we'll do these same points on the other arm. So just switch over to the other side. So again, you're just finding, when you have your arm across your chest like this, the point is right at the end of that elbow crease, right at the end of that line. This point I'm just going to hold on this side. So you can either hold it or you can rub it like I did on the other side. Whatever works better for you. And we'll hold this for 30 seconds. Again, you might just want to close your eyes and just focus on the point you're stimulating, and just taking some nice deep breaths. Just letting go of any tension, stress, and worries. Okay. And then we will do this next point, remember, so you're going from that same point we just did, and then you're just going in a straight line here, about an inch away, and then about another inch or so from that, and even another inch, like 3. Just try a few different spots and find that point that is the most tender. There's mine. Okay, and then you'll just want to hold that, and if it's too difficult for you to hold the point to apply pressure, then you can actually rub it, make a fist or something like that, or rub. You can use the palm of your hand. You can be real creative in stimulating the points. Just find a way that is comfortable for you. That's all that is important. You can just close your eyes and take some nice deep breaths again. I'm just going to have us hold this a little bit longer than 30 seconds here. Okay, very good. You can relax. And then the next point is going to be in our hand. So I'll put a sticker on the point just to show you where it is here. Okay. So the point is right here, and then I will tell you how to locate it. And I'm going to give you a really easy way to stimulate it also. So, but that's where it is. And if you want to locate the exact point, the easy way to do it is if you just put your hand together like this, put your thumb next to your second finger there, and then you see that there's a bit of a line created right here, right there. And you go right out from that line, and the point's like right next to that. And if you're actually going to push on the point, you would actually stimulate it like that. You would kind of push into the bone. But the easiest way to do this is you've got your web right here, okay, right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm making a little fist, and I'm going to just rub that. So I'm rubbing right there, okay, right in the web. And you're going to be stimulating that point. So let's do that and start now. We'll do this one for 30 seconds. This point actually affects the whole face. So if you're having anything going on there, like even a headache, sinus problems, anything in the face or head, this is a good point to stimulate. Okay, very good. Now let's go to the other side. Okay, so the same thing. You find the web right there, and we're rubbing right there. Okay, just right at the web. And continue your deep breathing. You'll find some of these points I'm doing a little bit longer than the 30 seconds, just to give you a little extra here. Okay, very good. Now the next point is just right up on our arm here. So I will put a sticker on the point and then explain where it is. Okay, so here's the point, and what I did to find it is I used these 3 fingers here. I measured from my wrist crease right on top of my arm, and then the point is located just right there, and it's right in the middle of your arm. So that's very simple, right in between the bones. Okay, so you can either, if you feel like you locate the point really easily, you can just hold pressure on it, But for those of you who might have a little trouble locating it, all you need to do is rub like this. So you're definitely going to be hitting that point. You see, I'm rubbing in a pretty large area here. Okay, so let's do this for 30 seconds. Many of you who have neck and shoulder tension will find that there's a knot, a little or quite a large knot there. So this is also a good area to work for neck and shoulder tension. Okay, very good. Now we'll move over to the other side. Okay, so if you want to locate the exact point, again, it's you're measuring from your wrist crease, 3 finger widths, and then the point is right there. Okay, so you can either, on this side, I'll just hold the point, but if you feel like you would rather rub the point with your fingers, that's fine too. Yeah, continue taking nice deep breaths. Very good. Only 2 points left in the routine. We're almost done. Any of these points that are particularly tender on you, feel free to hold a little longer when you go through this routine on your own. That's perfectly fine. You can hold a point up to 2 minutes or so. Okay, now we're going to actually revisit a point we already did. We're going to go back and rub those points in our low back again. Okay, so I'll just turn around real quickly, then I'll come back and maybe face the camera. But so again, you find your rib cage, and you're not rubbing on your rib cage, but you're rubbing below it, okay? But not too low, just literally right below your rib cage. Okay, so we're going to do this for another minute. And you can kind of move your hands again close together and then out just a little bit. And then you're stimulating 2 different points. Okay, we're about half done with this. I'm going to turn back, but keep doing it. Keep rubbing the points, though. Okay. Yeah, keep taking your nice deep breaths and just relaxing. Okay. Just another few seconds. Okay, very good. You can let your arms relax. Okay, so one more point. This point is located on the chest. Okay, it's located at the level of the heart. And let's see if I can just put a sticker here maybe. So it's literally right in the center of your body, okay? And I will find my point here. Okay, so right here. It's going to be in a little different place on all of us depending how tall we are and everything. So what I recommend you do is to find your notch right here, okay? Find that notch. And an easy way that I like to do this is just to open your hand, just spread the fingers apart just a little bit like this. Put the one finger in the notch, and about the place where the little finger comes is roughly where it is. Okay? So what you can do is, it's right on your breastbone, so this point is on the bone, right in the center of your body. And so the best thing to do is you can do this and then just feel around a little bit. If that isn't tender there, maybe just go up and down a little bit. Find the point, try to find a point that's tender. There may not be a tender spot on everybody though. I found my point, so by this time hopefully you found your point, and we'll hold this for a minute. This is a very nice, relaxing, and calming point too. This is a good point for anxiety. Very relaxing. So if you're ever just needing something to help you relax and unwind, this is a very good point for that. It's also a very good point for the lungs. So any lung issues you may have, asthma, even cough, anything affecting the lungs, this is also a good point. Okay, just a little bit longer. Okay. So for all these points, you want to hold firm, steady pressure, not too much that you'll give yourself a bruise or something, but firm pressure that you feel a little tenderness at the point. Okay, very good. Very good. So what I would like you to do just for the next minute or so, just kind of focus on your breathing yet. Just keep breathing nice and deep. And I would like to teach you a very simple breathing method. So what I'm going to have you do, you don't have to start yet, is I'll have you actually inhale to the count of 4, and then I'll have you hold your breath 7 seconds, and then exhale to the count of 8. Okay, so I'll lead you through this 4 times. Okay, so let's start now. Take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then we'll take another breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another breath in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So after the video ends, you might just want to continue just to relax a bit. Just keep taking some nice deep breaths. And something that I like to do is when you exhale, you can imagine any stress, worries, tension, sadness, anger, anything like that. You can imagine just blowing them out, and you can even just exhale with your mouth open and just imagine blowing the tension and the worries away. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day.